some entrance from Brendan Dolan, the Northern Irishman, as he takes to the stage to face Kim Huybrechts in a repeat of a Euro Tour final of yesteryear. I say yesteryear, it's 2 years ago. The Dutch Darts Masters in Veldhoven. Kim Huybrechts winning the biggest title of his career to date, seeing off Brendan Dolan in the final. Absolutely phenomenal game of darts it was. And the winner of this will face MVG in the first semi-final. Dan Dawson in the commentary box for this one, and Rob Malarkey has joined me for it.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Looking forward to this one. Interesting matchup between these two. As you say, that repeat of that Dutch Darts Masters final from 2 years ago. Dolan caught the eye to some extent in that win over Terry Jenkins earlier today. He trailed 3-1. Jenkins looked to be very much in the groove. An 11-darter in the second leg. He had back-to-back 180s in that second leg as well. Everything seemed to be going according to plan for Jenkins, but then Dolan hit back in style to win 6-4. As for Huybrechts, he too had a 6-4 win over Michael Smith, the champion from Riesa 3 weeks ago, having survived that arduous battle with Jihan Artut in the second round yesterday. So both have been given an examination of sorts already today. And it's just been pointed out to us by our Dutch production team that we could have 4 Dutch-speaking people in the semi-finals.
First leg is Brendan to throw first.
With Van der Voort and Jelle Klaassen still to come. But first, the turn of the Belgian Kim Huybrechts. Dolan, though, getting us underway. And getting us underway in far from emphatic fashion.
Yeah, Brendan described his
140.
game against Terry Jenkins earlier on in the third round. Just said I hung in there, which is exactly what he did. Terry was throwing the kitchen sink at him in the early stages, but he did hang in there and he did get the job done.
55.
He also said it was the first time he'd beaten Terry, and that's just not true. He'd beaten him in Barnsley a couple of years ago. But when you're Brendan Dolan, it must be difficult to keep track of all the people you've Dolanized over the years.
140.
Back-to-back ton 40s for Kim Huybrechts. Dolan under immediate pressure.
Not surprisingly, Dolan taking his time. He won't be rushed here, but still unable to make any sort of impression with Huybrechts on 2-2-1. A lead of 120 plus these.
100.
And he's down to a 1-2-1 finish. So Huybrechts sensing the opportunity for an early break.
100. Kim, you require 121.
Yeah, doesn't need to go the
89.
treble 17 route in the ball, with Brendan back on 2-4-1, so sets it up very, very nicely.
Well, he wrapped up his win over Michael Smith with a 13-darter, and he could start things off with a 13-darter here as well.
140. Kim, you require 32.
Might need 14 darts.
Game
And there you
shot
go, he
first
gets
leg.
there in
Kim
the
Huybrechts.
end, and that's a comfortable
Second
start for
Kim
Kim
to throw
Huybrechts, a
first.
14-dart
Game on.
leg, an early break.
Potential maximum coming in.
140.
Just the ton 40. Yeah, Kim Huybrechts. Well, neither of these guys will fear MVG. I mean, they know what he's capable of course, but when Kim went and won the Dutch Darts Masters, he beat Michael van Gerwen in the semi-finals there. Brendan Dolan, he's beaten Michael van Gerwen. Although the last title that Brendan won was just
60.
before the Grand Prix, beat Gary Anderson back in October last year. That was a weekend where Brendan and Justin Pipe both won. Brendan beating Gary Anderson, Pipe beating Michael van Gerwen in the finals. A triumph of the more ponderous players in the world of darts against a couple of the quicker ones.
40.
Well, that just about sums up Dolan's quarter-final so far. He hasn't been beyond the last 8 of any European Tour event this year. He reached the quarters in Munich, where he lost 6-1 to John Henderson. The Highlander went all the way to the final that weekend. Huybrechts turning the screw once again here. As for Huybrechts, of course, semi-finalist in Riesa 3 weeks ago, looking to emulate that, or at least emulate it. Would love to go one better by reaching the final. Certainly capable of going all the way.
161.
Oh, he's got gears, this boy. He does have the capability to just get better and better as the day goes on.
40.
That's exactly what he did in Veldhoven at the Dutch Darts Masters.
Well, he's down to 1-2-1 again. Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, through averages of 100, then 101, 104, 105. So that's the kind of thing he's going to have to do, you would think, as this evening
100.
progresses. Brendan Dolan has regressed.
121.
Didn't like that last visit at all. This is promising for Huybrechts. Very
89.
promising indeed. It sets it up nicely. Again, similar routes, leaving himself the double 16. For a 16 dart leg, Dolan still with big strides to make here if he wants to threaten at all, but it looks as though it will be 2-0 to Huybrechts.
81. Give me require 32. Game shot the second.
Carbon
leg.
copy of the
Kim
opening leg,
Huybrechts.
and missing inside on the
Third leg
16s
for
and
Brendan
finding
throw
the
first.
double 8
Game
with his
on.
next dart. And Kim Huybrechts does consolidate that early break with a hold of throw. He leads 2-0. And Brendan Dolan, we said against Terry Jenkins earlier, he just hung in there when Terry was throwing
81.
everything at him. At the minute, he's not even able to do that against Kim Huybrechts. Needs to up his game. In these short formats, there's not a lot of time to do so, especially when Kim's throwing that at you.
Well, the Dolan fans are doing their best to cheer him up. 4 perfect darts here for Huybrechts. Make that 5. Make that 6. Kimmy's in the groove now.
I've literally lost track of the amount of times that we have seen guys kick off with 2 perfect visits to the board. I think it's 7 this weekend.
Roby's done it twice alone.
But nobody's even giving themselves a dart at the double. Kim Huybrechts here, 1-4-1 is what he needs. And once again, it's the 7th dart. It is the 7th dart that goes astray. What do we have to do to get a 9-darter on the European Tour?
Need to keep an eye on my progress as far as the 200 180s count is concerned as well. We must be closing in. Match is running out though.
Game shot in the third leg.
12 darter, Kim Huybrechts, second breaker throw.
Fourth leg is Kim to throw first.
And this
Game
is
on.
dominant from the Belgian. He's averaging well over 100. And perhaps sending a little message
58.
to the world #1, Michael van Gerwen, who awaits in the semi-finals. You are not going to have it all your own way. This game isn't done, though. There you go, 101.8 for Kim Huybrechts. If he does
100.
stay over 100 in this match, that will equal the record of 15 ton-plus averages on a European Tour event.
96.
And you would expect it to be broken over the course of this evening. James Wade playing some very good darts. He's up against Vincent van der Voort in our next game. Robert Thornton and Jelle Klaassen, the on-fire Jelle Klaassen.
Do you know what? He's won his last 2 matches
60.
in the space of 21 minutes. 10 minutes yesterday, 11 minutes today. Lost just the 1 leg against Chizzy. 21 minutes to win 2 matches.
Well, including the qualifiers,
93.
Jelle Klaassen has played 5 games. He's only lost 8 legs. And that's off the back of winning a tournament in Wigan the
Last
other weekend
weekend,
as
yeah.
well. So, look, fear Jelle Klaassen. He is coming for you. He cares not for your reputational skills.
54.
Well, it's scratchy scoring here from Brendan Dolan. A 60 followed by a 54. Needs more than that.
94.
That's another sub-100 score from Huybrechts, though.
Brendan was having to hastily rebook his flight home earlier on today, having won his 3rd round match. He might be wishing he just got on it at this rate.
43. Kim Yo-Hwa 160.
Because it's another poor visit for Brendan, and it means that Kim can just have a nice gentle stroll towards the finishing line in this leg.
96.
Well, he can, yeah. 58, 96, 93, 94. It's not been electric scoring from Huybrechts in this leg, but he's an odds-on favourite here to make it 4-0.
60. Kim, you require
He's got 6
64.
darts from here, so take your pick, Kim. There you go, double 8. It's been good to you so far.
$56.
Just inside, but Kim Huybrechts will return, looking at double 4 for 4-0. We have seen a few whitewashers this weekend. Obviously, Jelle Klaassen in the final match of the afternoon session against Devon Peterson. Wes Newton saw off Gerwin Price
60.
by the
You
same
require
score.
8. Game shot on the 4th leg. Kim
And
Huybrechts.
that
Wouldn't have had this one down as one, though.
5th leg is Brendan
No.
to throw first.
Certainly
Game
not.
on.
Not with Brendan Dolan. I mean, he's usually such a tough, gritty competitor.
$100.
It's a bit more like it for Brendan. It's just a ton, but they were pretty well thrown darts.
40.
Sellout crowd here in Düsseldorf for the evening session of the European Darts Open.
$95.
And they're witnessing even the downfall of Brendan Dolan unless he can muster something pretty incredible here.
140. $99. $96.
Well, Kim Huybrechts' level has dropped a little bit, but it's not really mattered because Brendan's not doing a great deal. I'm struggling to remember the last time I saw Brendan put in a display of this nature.
He looks like a man who just can't wait to get off the stage, in fact. But you're right. I mean, that 4th leg that Huybrechts won, of course, his best visit was 96, and he still won quite easily.
I'm looking to stay on the treble 20 because it'd leave him
65.
Shanghai had he hit the treble.
129.
Can Brendan just get a leg on the board and maybe find a way back into this match? Treble 20 for Bull. Gets it.
98.
Dear me.
That dipped alarmingly right at the death there, didn't it? And it was some way away in the end.
80. Brendan, you require 31.
Well, that was his first dart at a double in this match, Brendan Dolan. It was at the Bull, but it was a long way off. He should get 2 more here. And it's going to be at double 8. And it's 4-1.
On the 5th leg.
And Brendan Dolan has something to cling on to.
Well, 3-1 down against Jenkins, 4-1 down here.
140.
But Kim Huybrechts giving him a few reminders about what he's up against.
58.
Really struggling for trebles here, Brendan Dolan.
More like it from Kim Huybrechts, unable to follow it with the second dart.
140.
The third dart is there, back-to-back 1040s for Kim Huybrechts, a bit more like what we saw at the early part of the game. You see 98 overall average for Kim. Oh, now Brendan.
140.
Look at that, though. The 131 plus is 7-2 now. That's arguably where the biggest damage is being done. Scoring for
40.
Dolan has just not been of the required products in this one.
Right, an extra 30 points nearly, well, more than that, in fact, 35, in terms of every visit to the board in the first 3 of each leg for Kim Huybrechts. Now, if you're giving him a 100-point head start after 3 visits to the board, you've got to find it very difficult to win legs. That's exactly what Brendan Dolan is finding here, although
60.
I thought he might have gone for the 25 with that last dart. 116 would be a little bit easier than 121, and Brendan Dolan has an opportunity. Can he seize it?
60.
Well, no, he can't.
Kim, you require 121.
No, needed at least one treble there.
52. Brendan, you require 145.
Well, he still has an outside chance. To try and build some momentum here. 66 remaining, so that's left him double 18.
Kim, you require 69.
And the double 18 Huybrechts wants.
51.
And just
Brendan, you require
misses
36.
inside. So Brendan Dolan for a break of throw in 4-2. And maybe,
Just maybe.
maybe the Hurricane has blown himself out a little
Game
bit.
shot on the 6th leg, Brendan Dolan. 7th leg is Brendan to throw first. Game on.
Well, these are baby steps at the moment for Brendan Dolan, but they are steps in the right direction. First leg on the board, the first break on the board as well. 4-2 could become 4-3. But just when he wanted to stamp some authority and stamp some class, he manages only 60.
59.
Then again, Huybrechts unable to punish him.
Kim Huybrechts flew out the traps. 14 darter, 17 darter, 12 darter.
100.
But he's just not playing with the same intensity at the minute. Like a man who's got into a fist fight with a giant marshmallow. It's all going really well, but then it's just
44.
relentless. It's just energy sapping. It's not making any progress. It's just still there.
$100.
Time for Brendan, and he's got a healthy lead here. And 4-3, well, it suddenly seems like he's in with a chance. He was
83.
dead and buried at 4-0 down.
Well, he had a mountain to climb, but he's at second base camp now. It's looking more promising for Dolan here. Could do with just a really,
77.
really big score just to give him a huge amount of belief and self-confidence. Oh, Kimmy loves the treble one at the moment as well. Oh,
7
Dear
score.
me.
Brendan, you require 164. $140.
well, the worm's turning here.
$40.
So another
Brendan, you
shocker
require
of a dart
24.
there from Kim Huybrechts. And
Wow, 59, 44, 83, 7 and 40.
pop darts. Double 6. We've got a
Game
4-3
shot,
game.
7th leg.
This is
Brendan
not
Dolan.
over. Kim Huybrechts at
Eighth
one
leg is
point
Kim
would have
to
thought he'd be
throw
back in the
first.
players'
Game on.
room and just preparing for a semi-final with MVG. Needs to change his mindset.
100.
Good illustration this as to why we love darts so much. It can just turn so quickly. Dolan's been given a massive
60.
let-off here, but again, he's unable to get out of the blocks quickly.
Well, Kim still knows a couple of holes to throw, and that'll be enough for him. And this could be the moment he gets back on it.
140.
Oh, ton 40. But you know, remember, he did kick off leg 6 with back-to-back ton 40s. He's still lost the leg on his own throw.
$140.
More like it, Brendan.
I mean, as an act of escapology, this would eclipse even Brendan Dolan's win against Terry Jenkins.
60.
Terry averaging 113 in the early stages after a good 3-4 legs of that, and Brendan just stuck with him. Well, he finally managed to beat him 6-4.
59.
Kim's looking good, though, for a 5-3 lead to go to the brink of the semi-finals. Yeah, that will do very, very nicely indeed.
Huybrechts desperate to stop the rot here, having lost 3 on the spin.
60. Kim Uruguay 71.
Oh, lovely.
Double 16 that it is, and that's beautifully taken out by Kim Huybrechts. What a very impressive check out that was. Just exactly what the doctor ordered for him.
Well, as Kim Huybrechts woken up from his little mid-game snooze here.
38.
Brendan Dolan looked positively comatose in that.
Found the 1 again. Not for the first time today. Yeah, that's a good recovery from Huybrechts, though. 79.5 Dolan's average. That is not going to win you a quarter-final in a European Tour event.
140.
More like it. Much more like it. A third 180 for Kim Huybrechts. The other two came in the same leg. Well, the finishing's been good. But it's Brendan Dolan's scoring that's let him down. Not enough of that from the Northern Irishman.
No, he's had 38s, 59s, loads of 60s. Really has struggled with the trebles today.
96.
And Kim's down to a finish. 104 wins him the match. And will set up a repeat of the semi-final that we saw at the Dutch Darts Masters a couple of years ago, which Kim won, beat Michael van Gerwen, and then beat Brendan in the final.
60.
More importantly, it's a repeat of their meeting at the Grand Slam, a phenomenal game of darts, where Kim hit a 9-darter as well. Treble 18 he wants. Treble 18 he gets. And double 16 he gets as well. 104 checkout. It's a 12-darter to finish. A flourish for the Belgian as he sets up a tantalising semi-final with Michael van Gerwen, the world #1. A very strangely lacklustre performance from Brendan Dolan, who will stroll off stage and back to Northern Ireland to prepare for the match play. But Kim Huybrechts, his hopes of winning a second European Tour title are still alive. He will face Michael van Gerwen. We'll get a few words with him, and then we return with James Wade and Vincent van der Voort here at the Maritime Hotel.
You started strong, and your finish at the end was strong. In the middle, you were struggling together with Brendan, I would say.
Yeah, Brendan is a really good player, but he's hard to play against because, well, everyone knows he's a bit slow. 4-0 up. If you got the tension in the game, you still focus. If you're 4-0 up and it's a bit slower, then you lose focus, and that was a big mistake to make because it was 4-3 all of a sudden. But happy with the win.
Michael van Gerwen is waiting now. We all remember this quarterfinal last year against Slam of Darts where you hit the 9-darter against him. There was a big, big match. Good memories to that, huh?
Yeah, good memories. Michael is Michael, #1. I have to play really good to beat him, and well, I know what I have to do to beat him, so we'll see.
Welcome to the semis. Thank you very much. Kim Huybrechts.